Okay, we are going to talk about these watches because why? I'm not sure why actually. Because I'm bored. And because I'm bored. So, here is my newest edition. Actually, this is not my newest edition. This would be the newest edition. This is your G-Shock, but it's the original from 1983. Now, it's the original design, basically. Okay, it's not. The only difference really is between this one and the original is the fact that this is solar powered and it's atomic. So basically this is more modernized. I figured what's the point of getting the actual one? So we'll talk about that in a second. But let's talk about this. It's a Seiko 5809, I believe. And check out the back of this thing. I believe I showed this already in another video. The NATO straps are... Anyway, it's the only problem with the NATO on this, but you can see the mechanical movement back there. It's a glass backing. See-through. So, that's pretty gnarly. Now you can see how these NATO straps work. This is the point of these. So basically if your bar breaks, and you can see how you put it on here, you know, it goes through, and then this goes through like that, and then you tighten it. You know, so basically what happens is if your bar breaks, your one bar, hold on a second. Okay. So basically if your one bar breaks, the watch will still be on your wrist no matter what. So that's a NATO strap. It's all dirty. Still a little dirty. My microfiber. Anyway, that's the NATO strap. That's the point of it. Now, that is the NATO strap from this company here called... I keep calling it Watch Candy. It's actually called Wrist Candy Watch Club. And these are high quality NATOs. You can tell the difference between these ones and the ones you're gonna get on like Amazon, which honestly I haven't had much of an issue with. It is not Fridays the 6th. This is the problem with watches like this. They're solar powered and they're not atomic, so basically if you are not running it on the sun and it dies, you gotta reset it, so you gotta kind of keep up with that. I just haven't got to it yet. Now my Vincero is also sitting on a NATO, which is very pretty. I mean, it looks really cool, to be honest with you, and it would work on either one of those straps. The Vincero is right. That's just reading. It's actually in the middle of a day change right now. So that's going to be switching to, actually, this one here is in the middle of the day change as well. So that's going to be switching to Monday the 9th. This is reading 10:37:48, but it's actually 11:37. So everything will be changing. But anyway, the Vincero is a watch that I probably wouldn't buy now that I know a little more. It's a little too trendy. It's still a nice watch. I just don't see it lasting very long time. It's not going to outlast this, and it's definitely not going to outlast that. I mean, this watch is probably going to last me forever. Hey, speaking of which, does this look like a familiar design? I mean, they're really basically the same exact thing. I mean, just, this is obviously way better. It's got G-Shock stuff, all shock absorbent. This is still a really cool watch. One that I got only because it's reminding me of my dad. Like a watch he would wear. How the heck do I switch it back? There we go. This one's right. This is a watch he would wear. So what I was thinking is switching the bands on this. I know I can get I definitely have a jeweler's toolkit now. So I can get that out of there, and I can switch the bands on this. In fact, if I wanted to. Actually, I could probably run a NATO on this thing. And I do have an extra one. It's here. How would the red and gold look? Probably not very pretty. Possibility. You could run this on a NATO if you want it. I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a whirl. Just to see. I mean, it's all about just creating something different. And just having fun with it. Actually, that kind of doesn't look bad. That looks worse. This looks not bad, to be honest with you. So, I don't know. I just wanted to maybe put it on the all-black Vencero leather, which I have somewhere in here. Nope, not there. Where are they? Oh, I know, they're in the room. So, I don't feel like getting them. But I actually got this other NATO strap from Wrist Candy for this watch as well. So, I figured it would look a lot better especially with that red Sunday. So, I'm going to change to Monday, though, at 12. And that's the one thing. It takes, some of the more expensive watches, they'll do their day change instantly. This one takes, a couple hours to fully switch its day. But, whatever. This was a $70 watch. I mean, people pay more for them. Sometimes they fluctuate on Amazon. But, it's a good watch. I wouldn't pay any more than $100. Some people wouldn't pay more than $50. For this one specifically, with the NATO strap, and it does not come polished. I polished it. I just got my Dremel. I'm not even done yet. You can see I have a lot more work to do. It's just one of those things that takes a lot of time. So it's just like, alright, when I get a few more hours to mess with it, I'll pop the strap and bars off and I'll polish it again for a few hours. But, that's about an hour and a half worth of polishing. I got a lot more to go. It's going to take about 8 hours to get it where I want it. I mean, shiny like this. Essentially, it's got a ways to go. The Vencero's a good watch. It just, I just don't, I think it's a little trendy. It's a cool design. It is a classic design, though. And, the whole thing about the back here, build your legacy, and it's got the, little slither of, it's literally probably a thin piece of paper of a piece of marble, but it's still, I do love it. I do like it, and I did wear it on my date the other night, which, by the way, guys, that date actually went very well, and I've been hanging out with her quite a bit. So we'll see where that goes. It's kind of nice to have not such a crazy lunatic for once. Actually, she may be a little crazy, but that's okay because nobody said I was normal. So my G-Shock. Let's talk about the G-Shock. We got enough of this Seiko. It's polished. It's got the new strap. It looks very nice on me. You can see that in another video. But let's take a look at this thing. I mean, it's upside down, but man, this is a design from 1983, and it is now 2018, and I still think it's probably one of my favorite watches right now. It's better than any of the new G-Shocks they're just, to me, G-Shocks have become super trendy, for one, and they're just ugly. I mean, this is as absolute the farthest I'll go as far as G-Shocks being big and bulky. I mean, this isn't even big and bulky. I like small watches. I mean, that's the thickest watch I have, and this is before I knew Seiko. This is before I knew what I was doing. So this is my first Seiko, and it's going to be, I'm always going to keep it because this is a reminder of what I didn't know before I know what I know now, which both of these watches together is about $230. So that's a beautiful Hamilton classic, Hamilton or Omega freaking vintage watch that I could have got for that kind of money. So, but this is just a reminder that, you know, this is when I got started, these two, and I fell in love with just something different. Now, I do like this Seiko. I do like the fact that I think that nobody has this, and it's very underrated. It's got those big numbers on it. It looks good with a NATO for sure. It really does. And it's just a little bit different, and it's underrated. And I think that I think that people are gonna want this for a time. I don't know. It's got its occasions. It's got its occasions. You know, maybe on a boat, maybe when you're parasailing, you gotta look down quick at time. I don't know, something where you need big numbers like that to see. You know, boating is the number one thing I would probably use this for. You know, you're on the river, you just need to, you're flying through water on a boat, you need to kind of quick. It just reminds me of a boatman's watch, a yacht watch, or a sailor's kind of watch. It's not a diving watch, obviously. And then you have your one here that is just it's your military watch made casual. All right, I can EDC this thing every day, and I have been. This is when I'm not at work, this is the watch that's on my wrist. If I'm going out with a girl, it's probably going to be the Vincero. Maybe a beach day with this one. I'm not sure. Maybe this one. We'll see. But for now, I'm done with watches for a little while. The next one I get is the Seiko Diver, which I've been eyeing up, different ones. But that's not... It's a long ways away before I get another watch. I just bought this one. And I wanted one I could wear to work, because this one I've had for, like I've said, 4 years. And it's just really been getting its ass kicked. I'm in my bedroom, by the way. I'm just hanging out. But yeah, I wanted a new EDC work watch, and this is the one that I picked. I mean, it's solar powered, it's atomic timekeeping, it's got different settings, alarms, it's got basically everything I need. It's got a good, and I really was debating to get the blacked out series. But I figured, I think I have too much all black stuff, and this is something for work. It's something that stupid bag. Hate that bag. That's the new one. Oh, we've seen the video. Sorry. I just wanted something classic to wear for work. Just something where everybody's gonna be like, dude, where'd you get that? What is that? Is that like new? Is that old? Is that restored? Or this is an original G-Shock, guys? It doesn't really get much cooler than that to me. I mean, this watch right here outbeats most of the new G-Shocks I've seen. I mean, this is a classic design. It's gonna be cool forever. I mean, it was cool in '83. It's cool now. Trust me, I'm not gonna buy something and tell you guys to wear something that's dorky. This thing is cool. This is a little bit pushing it because of the gold, but you switch up the straps on it. You know, you wear the right gold watch, you're okay. You wear a gold watch like that, you're like in trouble. But, you know, this thing, you know, I think I might get the blacked out series one too. I really do, because I want to put the bars on it, and you can put straps on these. You can put NATOs on these. They make an adapter. I think it's called Swell, or I don't know, some watch place, but they make custom adapters. I'll try to find it and link it below. But they also make the adapters where you take the screw, you put it, and then you can run a NATO through this and have a NATO on it, and then you can wear they also make them bars. You ever see it's literally like a RAM bar on a fucking watch. It's really neat. They go across the bottom. Look at a cool G-Shock. Shock resistant. So they go across the bottom, and it's like a frame around it, like a bar. And it just, you know, protects it and stuff. And I think it's pretty cool. They make them for this one as well. This is always going to be probably... This thing has been through absolute death. I mean, look at the welding splatter on it, and it's just... It still works very well. I mean, this thing has been through torture. Look at how filthy, the filthy dirtiness of this thing. Just all the scars and nicks and reaching my hand and trucks and banging my arm into things and painting and welding and grinding and sweating and just, this is a working man's watch right here, and it says it all over it. I mean, look at the scars on this thing. And it is still going, still ticking. I kind of want to get the glass replaced on it. If anybody knows of somewhere that does that, that's reputable, let me know. I do want to restore the glass on it. It's so trashed. It's, you know, it's got this like welding splatter on it and overspray, and I just can't get it off. So anyway, expect this one to not look much better in the upcoming months. Now, originally I bought this watch to wear to work every day, and then I was like, yeah, I don't think that's gonna work. So that's why I didn't buy the Blackout Series one, because I don't mind getting this trashed. I mean, it was $80, which is expensive, but it's a good quality watch. It's not gonna break. I'm not gonna buy a $40 freaking piece of crap Casio. Well, not piece of crap, but I'm not gonna buy a junk watch to wear to work to beat up. That's not gonna work. This thing is gonna take the whooping of work, and it's of my crazy job that I have. It's very tough, big heavy equipment, lifting up big 300-pound exhaust and big heavy frames and tires and big Mack trucks, and climbing up all down them and lifting big heavy doors up and stuff, and, you know, putting together big Freightliner trucks and trailers and stuff like that. So, you know, it's going to take that. It's going to take the beating of that, and that's what I need. That's why I get the things that I get. That's why I get, you know, the top of the line multi-tools you can get. You know, it's just, you know, the top of the line sheaths you can get, the best flashlights you can get, the one that's going to work, you know, the one that's going to take the beating, the one that I can stick on to things. And, you know, I need to have stuff like that. I can't be buying things 4 or 5 times a year, you know, unless I lose it, which, oh, I gotta stretch my leg. Okay, there we go. Which, you know, that happens. But, you know, this multi-tool here, for example, I mean, it's due for some, let me see if I can open it first. I'll hit pause. So yeah, it's due for some upgrades. I mean, look at the cutters on this thing. I mean, I use my stuff, guys, and I'm not gonna go buy a $30 multi-tool and have it break when I'm taking off a bolt on a tractor trailer when it's pouring rain or something. Like, I need quality gear. I need stuff that's gonna work. I need stuff that's gonna work for a long time, and I need sheaths that are gonna last for a long time, that are hard stitched, that are gonna hold up to the resistance of getting pounded. I mean, look at the big scuffs in this thing. I've had this thing probably 4 months. I mean, I use my stuff. I use my equipment. So when it's you know, you see a lot of these EDC videos, and it's like, you know, what these guys, what do? They don't work. They don't, you know, some of them do, but they don't. A lot of them don't do what I do, believe me. And this stuff needs to get an ass kicking. So, you know, some stuff doesn't need to get its ass kicked, but some stuff does. You know what I mean? Let's move this out of the way. So that's why I like to get $100 multi-tools, $90 sheaths, $80 watches, and $70 or $40 flashlights. Because, you know, this is stuff that you're going to use during the workplace that you need. Like I said, it needs to work. So anyway, this is a little shop talk, watch talk video. If you like videos like this, let me know. If not, well, too bad, because I'm probably going to do them anyway, because I just enjoy... Oh, speaking of which, also good knives. Good knives are, you know, you could buy a cheap knife that you're going to be worrying about steel being beat up and stuff, or you can buy an expensive knife that you may or may not lose, which is the issue. But, you know, don't lose them. I've never lost a knife. I'm constantly checking for it. But anyway, this is why we buy the good stuff versus cheap stuff. So that's it. Little watch talk, shop talk, bunch of EDC gear stuff. Reasons why. Hope you guys enjoy the video. I'm going to bed. I was just a little bored. Kind of wanted to talk about some things, and that's it. See you guys next time. Peace.